Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is November 26, 2024, and Barcelona just defeated Brest in the Champions League 3-0, changing kind of the course that the team worked on for the past few matches. This is the post-match live analysis. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and this is the post-match live analysis where we analyze Barcelona matches as soon as they end and where I get to interact with you lovely people in the chat section by reading your comments out loud, answering your questions, and getting that discussion going. As you know by now, I am currently out of town for the next 2 weeks. Part of it's for work, part of it's for vacation, but don't worry. I did bring my camera and laptop, as you can see, and I'm going to be doing live streams every single day to keep you up to date on Barcelona news. They're going to be short live streams. I'm not going to be discussing the chat section. So this is just to keep you up to date. But I am today during this post-match live analysis. Anyways, having said all that, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. If you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure to hit the Goal Kids Kickback of Fanatics. If you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure to bet us. All links are in the description. You click on them, you get some cool specials and offers, which with the holidays right around the corner, that's a great time to take advantage of those offers. Now, let's begin with the post-match live analysis because Barcelona just defeated Brest in the Champions League 3-0 with 2 goals by Lewandowski and one hell of a goal by Dani Olmo. And this win was incredibly important because Barcelona needed to change course. Barcelona were on a bad course the last 2 matches, first losing against Real Sociedad, then drawing against Celta Vigo, completely losing the control of that match and getting scored on 2 goals in like 2 or 3 minutes. So Barcelona needed to change course. Barcelona needed to dust itself off, shake itself off, whatever you want to call it, get off the floor and change course. And today Barcelona did that. Today Barcelona got this very important win that not only keeps us in the top 8 spots in the Champions League, which proceed to the knockout stages. But also, like I said, this was very important because we needed to shake off the bad luck or the bad performances that we had in the last 2 matches. Now, overall, Barcelona were much better today than against Celta and against Real Sociedad. Barcelona were moving the ball a lot quicker. They were generating a lot more chances. We weren't as accurate as we should have. I think we wasted some pretty big opportunities where we could have scored more goals. But nonetheless, Barcelona looked a lot more dangerous. And Barcelona looked a lot like itself before the Real Sociedad and before the Celta Vigo matches. Now, I do have to say this. Even though I'm happy with the result, I'm happy with Barcelona's performance, I still saw some of the stuff that I saw against Real Sociedad and Celta Vigo. I saw Barcelona that at times the intensity would drop, that at times the team would kind of fall asleep. Not as much, obviously, not like against Real Sociedad where the intensity was pretty much out the window, or against Celta Vigo where they completely fell asleep after the 80th minute, but I did see it. Now, the team was more intense than the last 2 matches, but I did saw moments where the team would drop intensity. And we did see a little bit of repeat that we saw against Celta and Real Sociedad. But it was definitely an improvement. And I understand you can't, when you improve, it's step by step. So the team might have not played with the same intensity as they might have played other matches like Bayern Munich or Real Madrid. But it was also not as bad as Celta Vigo and Real Sociedad, right? It was definitely an improvement, but at least we're moving in the right direction where we're improving. So the team needs to continue improving because we cannot repeat what we did against Celta and what we did against Real Sociedad. Now, another important thing about this win, besides changing course and shaking off or dusting off the bad luck that we had in the last 2 matches, was it was important to get a win without Lamine Yamal because we know Lamine Yamal had missed 3 matches in total since the season began. And we had only gotten 1 out of 9 possible points, 2 losses, 1 draw. And that was, that had started to cause some talks like, oh, is Barcelona heavily dependent on Lamine? Is it Lamine dependency? Can the team even function without Lamine Yamal? So this was very important in order to shake those thoughts away, because we cannot have the team thinking that without Lamine they can't do anything. This team has to continue believing in the project, that with Lamine or without Lamine, this team still has to perform and still has to win. Today, Barcelona did that. Even without Lamine, Barcelona were able to win, and they were able to win by a good score, 3-0. So that was very important. Now, why was Barcelona more successful during this match without Lamine Yamal than they were against Celta and Real Sociedad? I think a lot of it had to do, well, there's two things. The first one is the pressure. Barcelona were able to pressure Brest in their half a lot better than they did against Real Sociedad and Celta Vigo. This, of course, allowed Barcelona to recover the ball in Brest's half, which made Barcelona a lot more dangerous, because when you recover the ball in the opposing team's half or final third, then you can immediately mount an attack. You're right there by the goal, so you can generate more chances. So Barcelona went back to that good ball recovery, maintaining high pressure. They're very good with that, and therefore they pretty much nullified Brest's danger, and they were able to maintain possession of the ball, and they were able to generate chance after chance. So that was a big change from what we saw against Real Sociedad and Celta Vigo. The second reason why Barcelona were able to win today without Lamine, as opposed to against Real and Celta Vigo, and that was the interior play. The interior play was off the charts. Pedri at the base was immaculate. The way he was distributing the ball, the way he was creating chances, the way he was generating plays. Pedri today was absolutely impeccable. Of course, Casado, like always, there to kind of hold the midfield when Pedri is making those forward runs. Dani Olmo also completely unstoppable. And I think between the three of them, they generated a lot of great interior play, something that Barcelona were not capable of doing against Celta and Real Sociedad. So those are the two main reasons why Barcelona were able to generate an important win today without Lamine Yamal, which is what interior play, and then recovering that ball in Brest's third and maintaining that high pressure. So important victory by Barcelona in order to change course, shake off those two bad matches that we had, and also, of course, we stay in the top 8 of the Champions League group, which is very important because the top 8 do automatically qualify to the knockout stages. Now let's look at the lineup that Hansi Flick did, because there were, of course, a few changes. Iñaki Peña in goal. Gerard Martin, the surprise of today, because we know Gerard Martin started against Celta Vigo. He did not have a good match. Héctor Ford came in for his place, did a much better job. So a lot of people thought Héctor Ford could start today. But no, Hansi Flick doubling down on Gerard Martin, starting him on the left-back position. We'll talk about him in a little bit. Iñigo and Pau Cubarsí in that double center-back position. Jules Koundé as a right-back. Another bad match by Jules Koundé, losing the ball constantly, doing bad passes. We'll talk about it in a little bit. Then Pedri and Marc Casado in a double pivot position. Rafinha, Dani Olmo, and Fermin. And Robert Lewandowski up front. So Fermin Lopez once again playing as the left winger in the place of Rafinha, with Rafinha moving to the right in the place of Lamine Yamal. Now, let's talk about Gerard Martin, because, again, the surprise of today's match. A lot of people thought it was going to be Héctor Ford, and because Gerard Martin had a bad match against Celta Vigo, but Hansi Flick doubling down and putting Gerard Martin in the place of Alejandro Balde. Very ballsy move by Flick, but it paid off. And this was very important, because this was a way of Flick tell Gerard Martin, I still believe in you. I still see the potential in you. I still trust in you, giving him another opportunity. And that paid off, because today Gerard Martin had a really good match. The best match so far on the first team. And that's important, because that's something I've talked about a lot. You know, a lot of people were, every time Gerard Martin would play, oh, he sucks, he's terrible, he's not Barca level. And I said time and time again, guys, this is a Barca Athletic player. He just got promoted to the first team. You cannot expect him to start performing from day one. He has to adapt to first division. It's going to take him some time. Not every player can be Lamine. Not every player can be Pau Cubarsí that makes it to the first team and automatically, boom, they're a star overnight. The majority of players, when they make the jump from third to first division, it takes them some time to adapt. And I said that time and time again. Well, today, Gerard Martin showing that he is improving. Today, he had a really good match. And A lot of it was thanks to Hansi Flick's trust in him, because Flick could have easily said, you know what, I don't trust you. We're putting Hector Fort in your place, and then boom, the player loses his trust, his confidence, and then there you have it. So really, really good match by Gerard Martin. Hopefully he keeps it up, he keeps improving, and he keeps building on that. Another player I want to talk about, Jules Koundé. Another bad match. That's 2 bad matches in a row for Jules Koundé. Lots of mistakes, lots of ball loss, horrible passing. I think it has to do with fatigue. Obviously, this does not erase all the great performances that Koundé has been having all through this season and last season as well. But I think it's starting to look like it might be fatigue that's catching up with Koundé. I think it'll be good to rotate him, maybe rest him for a match, put Hector Fort in his place. But Koundé not looking good today. And then Pedri, for me, man of the match, no doubt. I think the way he managed that midfield, he was absolutely spectacular. Nothing to say that. And of course, we do have to talk about Lewandowski, because guess what? He has joined the list of the 2 greats, Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Lewandowski with that penalty kick, he scored his 100th goal in the Champions League. And then that 3rd goal for Barcelona was Lewandowski's 101st goal in the Champions League. So he joins the list of Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi as the only 3 players in the history to score triple digits in the Champions League. So congratulations to Lewandowski. And also congratulations to Pau Cubarsí, because he did win the MVP of the match. Of course, there you see the picture, Inigo Martinez handing him the trophy. What a duo. That's all I have to say. We are so blessed to have those 2 as our 2 center backs. Congratulations to Pau Cubarsí. Again, for me, the man of the match was definitely was Pedri, but not to say that Pau Cubarsí doesn't deserve it. He deserves that and much more. Him and Inigo have been absolutely spectacular all through this season. Now, Barcelona are now sitting at the top of the table. They're in 2nd place. Of course, there's more matches to be played tomorrow. That's why I decided not to look at the table yet, because yes, we are sitting in 2nd place, but tomorrow more teams are going to play. So not until tomorrow we're going to get the final tally of what the table will look like. So we'll review the table tomorrow. But important win for Barcelona. It was important to change course. It was important to shake off and dust off those bad matches. And it was also important in order to stay in the top 8 in the Champions League, in order to make it to the knockout stages. So good day today. I think Barcelona still have some work to do as far as getting back to our previous form before those bad matches. I think it all started really with Red Star, even though we won it. But we started seeing some cracks in the team. So it was Red Star, Real Sociedad, Celta Vigo. So Barcelona still have some work to do to go back to that form before those 3 matches. But nonetheless, a step in the right direction, an improvement upon those matches. And we take home 3 very important points, another victory. And hopefully we will continue improving and competing in all competitions. All right, let's do some comments, and then we will end this live stream. And then I will do 1 or 2 more news videos. But first, let's do the chat section. Evan says, hey, Mo, watching it from Zambia. Happy for the win. And what's your comment on today's performance? I just gave you the spiel of what my comment is. Globo says, hey, Mo, the win was great. We needed a win after a shake draw that Barcelona hurt. Martin, I feel like he needs game time, but he's not a starter. That guy lacks a lot. And lastly, good night, bro. Thank you, my friend, for your comment. Not the Gamer says the last moment of the game where Lewa could have gotten his hat trick from Pablo Torre pass, but the whistle got blown. I know, that would have been nice to do a hat trick. But hey, 2 goals for Lewy, another double for Lewy. And that 3rd goal, man, like, he's just a cold-blooded killer, man. The way Lewy has 2 guys in front of him, and the way he just manages to cross the ball and just like kind of like those Messi goals where it's not like really an incredibly powerful shot, just like very slow, very meticulous, but right where he wanted it, right in the corner. I mean, it takes some balls to score goals like that. Kino says, greetings, Mo. The match lacked the vibrancy I anticipated. There was no sense of urgency or reminiscent of the previous encounters. Gabi, however, embodies the intensity that our team desperately requires. Very well said, my friend. That's exactly what I said at the beginning of the live stream. Even though I'm happy with the performance, I'm happy with the victory, with the 3 points, etc., that team was still lacking, like you said, that vibrancy. They were still lacking it. There were times where the team was falling asleep. The intensity level was like this. There were some highs, some lows, highs, lows, up and down, up and down. The first half was a little shaky. Second half, they kind of started out intense, then they dropped it. Then they increased it. Dani Olmo scores, and they drop intensity again. Then they increase it again when Pablo Torre comes on. I was not too happy with that, but I mean, it worked because it is Brest. They're much, much inferior to teams like Real Sociedad, but we cannot keep doing that. We cannot keep doing that. That's very, very important. Isa says, Mo, our team dropped some intensity, but I know the team will be back on track. I hope so, my friend. I hope so. And let's see. Oh, almost I put my own comment up. Luke says, hey, Mo, I'm so happy for the big win today. God will be with us all at One Love, Mo. Thank you, my friend. Very happy for the win as well, but Barcelona need to continue improving. We cannot keep dropping the intensity the way we did. We have to play every match like it's a final. And XLR says, what a game. I hope we get Lamine, Balde, and Araujo soon to have more options again. I guess Coarci and Inyo could need a bit more time to rest too. I love what they do, but I don't want to risk injuries. I agree 100%. I cannot wait for Araujo to be back as well because, yes, we need to give some rest to Pau. We need to give some rest to Iñigo Martinez. We need to rotate him. Balde, he got some minutes at the end of this match, and like Flick said in yesterday, this will be the last match that Balde misses, so most likely we'll see him starting back on Saturday, and if not starting, at least coming off the bench, but it looks like Balde is back. McCoy says, Pedri and Casado is the best starting double pivot with Olmo in the 10. Flick must figure out that by now. Frankie's now a bench player. Yeah, I think no doubt Frankie's a bench player. I don't see anyone benching Pedri, Casado, and Olmo in that triangle. Just impossible. Olmo as a 10 has been spectacular. And then Pedri and Casado, I mean, there's nothing to talk about, really. They're just amazing. Walter says, call us Diddy because we smashed Brest. Maybe if those breasts were attached to minors. Oh, Diddy. Let's see. Street Fighter says, Barca press Brest today. You guys are out of control. Good Event says, Bo, are you happy with the win? Am I happy with the win? Yes, I'm happy with the win. Of course, I'm happy with the win. I'm happy with the 3 points. I'm happy that we were able to change course. But again, the team dropped intensity, and we can't do that. We can't do that. I mean, today it was enough because it's Brest, much more inferior team. But against stronger opposition, that's not going to work. Dropping the intensity like that, it's not going to work. All right, Gomez says, hey, what's really happening to Balde not starting? Muscle overload. He just needed some rest. That's why he didn't play against Celta, and that's why he got some rest today and only played like the last, 10, 15 minutes or something like that. XLR says, my question is, should we sell De Jong maybe to get a player that we really need, fullback or left winger that could do 1v1s? I really like De Jong, but did we need him? We can't pay that money on the bench. No, I mean, I'm all for selling De Jong. I think it's De Jong. I think it's now with the way our midfield looks, he's definitely a bench player, and we cannot be paying the highest salary in La Liga to a bench player. And his attitude, the way he's been playing, the way he's been ignoring Barcelona's calls and offers, I think he needs to be sold. But the question is, does he want to be sold? Because if a player doesn't want to be sold, there's not much you can do. Maybe we can tell him, hey, you're not playing a single minute until you leave. Maybe they'll put some pressure on him. But I don't think Barcelona would do that. Not with De Jong, not because they owe him so much money. I think they would. The best thing to do is try to reach an agreement with him to sell him and kind of trying to figure out what to do with all the wages that Barcelona owe him. So that's the problem. But yeah, I'm all for selling him. Mike says, Lamine is too young to play Brest. You guys are out of control. And let's do one more comment about Walter says, Mo is cooking. Much support to you, brother. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. And Goody says, Mo, when are you dropping a video? News video, I'm doing one later tonight, or actually maybe in a little bit. I do have, again, I'm here on, it's actually 6:30, so probably later tonight. I wanted to do one more, but at 7 p.m. I have to be somewhere because currently part of the trip, like I said, the first week is for work. So right now I'm on a work trip. I'm not on vacation. So right now at 7 p.m. I have to be somewhere. So I'll do the news video once I come back. Now I got to go shower and get ready. And then next week I will be on vacation. But anyways, that is all, ladies and gentlemen, for this live stream. Again, thank you guys for tuning in, for your comments, your likes, your subscriptions. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. And as always, Visca Barça.